Let's do this.
Hey guys, Alex here. Ho ho ho, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays, whatever you want to call it. But I'm gonna be bringing you guys the top 10 Call of Duties. Haven't really been a fan of the last 3 entries, but there were some good ones earlier on, and I want to share my thoughts on the ones that were earlier on. So let's get started. And I believe I have like a 2.0 ratio in this game. It's not a extraordinary gameplay, but it's better than some of the ones I found in here. So we're going to be starting off this list, and I can tell you for sure that number 10 is Call of Duty 3. Now, Call of Duty 3 was just a pretty much disaster. It didn't have a horrendous campaign, but when you logged into that multiplayer, it was sort of like playing, I don't know, it was so bad. I couldn't even, World at Wars is fun, as heck, but this game shouldn't even be in the Call of Duty series. And when you look at the Call of Duty series, all the ones that end in 3 suck. Just an observation, but there's my opinion, and let's move on to our next game. Now, coming in at number 9 is Black Ops 2. I was not a huge fan of Black Ops 2 at all. More of a fan than number 10, Call of Duty 3, but at the same time, Black Ops 2 is just a huge disappointment. And after the, Lamb Bucks, the horrendous MW3, we got even a more horrendous game in Black Ops 2, which, personally, the only time I really remember in Black Ops 2 were the times I played with my friend Romeo when he came over, when we were playing, it was some almighty Mike Myers thing, but it was but moving on to our next victim is Call of Duty Original for the PC. Now, a lot of people that haven't even played this game, and personally, this is the only Call of Duty in the series I have not played. But considering that I got a sequel, and most games didn't even get a sequel back then, and it's branched into this entire series, I had to give this game some credit, and a lot of people probably would put this game higher in the list, but since I haven't played it, I thought 8 was like a reasonable spot, and we're just going to go from that. Alright, so number 7 is Modern Warfare 3. This game had a lot of problems, especially the spawning system. When you looked at the spawning system, one of the worst at spawning systems. This was horrendous. It was pretty dang bad for spawning systems. The maps, the only one I can really remember is Downturn, because a lot of people hated it. Me, I was a huge fan of Downturn because every single time I did great on that map because everyone was depressed when they played it. But besides that, the only map I can remember is Dome, which was a great map. And the campaign was okay. It wasn't great, it wasn't bad, it just was better than Battlefield 3's, so that's why we had to give it some credit back then. And I don't blame them. But coming in at number 6 is the recent Ghost. Now, a lot of people hate Ghost. I'm not a huge fan of Ghost. I actually sold Ghost. But, it's not too bad. It's not as bad as people are, taking out to be or putting it out to be. Sure, the spawns are the worst they have ever been in a Call of Duty game. The graphics are updated if you look at a comparison, but they're not to the point where it's like, whoa, look at these fish. The fish are really the only thing. And when you looked, it was like Super Mario 64 and 96. A fish moved out of the way. It's pretty lackluster and just laziness that Call of Duty series has done. But I put Ghost there. And the multiplayer maps are so much better than Black Ops 2 and MW3. and I actually enjoyed most of the multiplayer maps. Besides one or two, Siege I think is the one I hate. I cannot take Siege, but Strike Zone and so many of the other maps in Ghost are really good. But mostly now, like in the original Call of Duties, it was more of a mature thing. Now it's more of a child thing for Call of Duty. So that's why, in my opinion, the series is suffering. But let's move on to our next game, which is Black Ops Original. This was a fantastic Call of Duty for its time. A game for its time. I mean, this is one of the top games in 2010. Selling wise, it was the top. I mean, top for I think all lists. I might be mistaken, but the Black Ops Original is a great game. The zombies mode was perfect. Black Ops 2 zombie mode was terrible, but World at Wars was okay. But Black Ops had it perfect. So, and the multiplayer maps for the most part very good. Again, there was one or two. I think Cracked was one of the ones that was but most of the multiplayer maps in this game were very good. So coming in at number 4 is Call of Duty 2, which I don't even know if many people have even played Call of Duty 2. I haven't until recently, but I went back to this game. There's no sprinting in it, but I mean, it is gosh darn fun. I mean, when you look at it back then, it was amazing, and it still is a pretty decent game. I don't enjoy it as much as like Counter-Strike, Global Offense, or something like that. But I mean, COD 2. I mean, it's an easy game, and I enjoyed it a lot. So, if you're looking for like a $2.99 or under $7 game, COD 2 is just. I mean, the story is pretty dang decent, and it's a really good game. So if you guys haven't picked it up, you guys should. Alright, coming in at number 3, we're wrapping up this real quickly, is World at War. Not a bad game at all. I love the multiplayer. Sure, there's a bunch of hackers these days, but their OG Dome was such an amazing map. Love that, map, and I just love COD 4. Or, I mean, World at War. Awesome game. And the story campaign was awesome. That was actually cooperative, and I love World at War. A huge fan. Alright, coming at number 2 is Modern Warfare 2. And, Modern Warfare 2, there's not much to say about it. It just was an awesome game. And it was really hard to decide between this one or its prequel, COD 4. But I had to pick COD 4, that number 1 spot, just because of its advancement in the first-person shooter genre. When you look back at it, I mean, there wasn't many really good first-person shooters back then. And besides Battlefield and Medal of Honor, but we all know what happened in the Medal of Honor series, and, Battlefield is, it's getting better again. I mean, Battlefield 3 was great, and Battlefield 4 is it's a little buggy, but it's getting better. But COD 4 had it perfect. Still going back to it, you can obviously see that this one and MW2 were just fantastic games. And this is what started the MW series, and also this is what ended the MW series, I mean, the Call of Duty series. Same thing, Call of Duty MW, same thing, but that's my top 10 list, guys. COD 4 and Modern Warfare 2 came up with the win, as well as World at War with the bronze spot. But you guys have a Merry Christmas. Thank you for watching, and post what you guys want to see next. Bye.